Alright, y'all. So Randy Orton won the 2026 Royal Rumble. We gotta talk about this one. Y'all know I'm from St. Louis, so I'm excited. But let's break it down, and I'm about to show y'all 7 reasons why Randy Orton won the 2026 Elimination Chamber. Hit that intro.
Commandments, why? Man, can't tell me nothing about this coke. Can't tell me nothing about this crack.
Things first, number 1. Randy Orton took advantage of the chaos. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Randy Orton told Cody Rhodes he would not hesitate. He does not care. He's on that type of time now. So this sets up a feud between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Now, we're going to get into that a little bit later, but with him taking advantage of the chaos, I see Seth Rollins return. Drew McIntyre came out, and he sat there. Y'all notice he sat there and just watched and watched and watched, and then he finally got up. So it shows that Randy Orton is chasing that title, y'all. So first things first, he took advantage of the chaos, and he low-key stabbed Cody Rhodes in the back. Like, they can make that as an angle, you know what I mean? Cody Rhodes is going to be feeling some type of way. They did say that Cody Rhodes is going to be facing Drew McIntyre on Friday Night SmackDown. But we got more and more to talk about. But first thing first, he took advantage of the chaos, and this can turn him into a heel-ish if they wanted to, or that can turn Cody into a heel. One of these two are turning heel. This is not going to be a baby. Like, I can't see both of them being a babyface. We aren't going to boo Randy Orton if he's a heel. People are going to boo Cody Rhodes if he's a heel, though. And Cody Rhodes is freaking fire as a heel. And Randy Orton is, too. But the chaos turns into somebody turning heel. And I think Randy Orton could turn heel. But let's get into number 2. This is also something that people aren't talking about. Little does anybody know, Randy Orton, this is his 10th freaking Elimination Chamber. He just beat John Cena in statistic, lasting the longest into the Elimination Chamber. Fun fact. But WWE is kind of rewarding him, you know what I'm saying? They've been holding back Randy Orton way too long. And it's time for Randy Orton to get unleashed, you know what I'm saying? This is only his 2nd time, if I'm not mistaken, main event in WrestleMania. So they're giving Randy Orton that opportunity that he deserves because he's been on the sideline for way too long. And with him being in this 10th Elimination Chamber, to me it only made sense, you know what I'm saying? 10th Elimination Chamber, nobody wanted Cody to win, and you know, Randy Orton is just a legend, you know, and they act like he's some sort of mid-carder, and I hate that, you know what I mean? I don't get that at all. But yeah, Randy Orton, with him being in his 10th Elimination Chamber, like, he's a legend, you know what I mean? This is something that we need to talk about, you know what I mean? People don't talk about how good Randy Orton is, in my opinion, and I think WWE didn't treat him like he is Randy Orton, and they finally doing that. Let's get on to number 3. All right, number 3. This sets up a fatal 4-way. So the reason why I'm telling you that it's going to set up a fatal 4-way, because not only Jacob Fatu got screwed over by Drew McIntyre, now Cody Rhodes got screwed over by Drew McIntyre. So they could go either way with that, and it could set up a fatal 4-way. Like Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes are having a match on Friday Night SmackDown. And Jacob Fatu could come in and screw it all up. And then Nick Aldis comes out like the GM he is, and he tells, okay, Drew McIntyre, okay, Jacob Fatu, you want to F up this match, blah, 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 da-da-da-da-da. Oh, we're just going to change it into a fatal 4-way. You know, obviously they have time to work it up. I'm just like summing it up. But Jacob Fatu could come in and ruin that match, and then Drew McIntyre retains, and then Cody Rhodes gets screwed over again, you know what I mean? It could be to the point where Cody Rhodes about to hit a crossroads, and then Drew McIntyre smacks him. You know what I mean? Not Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu smacks him. So that could set up a fatal 4-way. But Randy Orton winning was the right move. Randy Orton is set in stone. But then we still have Jacob Fatu in there. We still have Cody Rhodes, and we still have Drew McIntyre, because there's rumors right now that the fatal 4-way can happen in main event WrestleMania Night 1. So it sets up a fatal 4-way. let's get on to point number 4. Point number 4, this is the one that I'm most excited for. I think that they're going to swerve us all, and this is my prediction. I really hope it is. It's a good chance for the Fatal 4-Way, but I think that they're going to screw over Drew, and they're going to set up Cody versus Randy. This is the match we have been waiting for. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be hating, like, oh, I don't want to see Cody again, da-da-da. Dude, Cody versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania is something we've been waiting for. It's going to feed families. I love this. I'm not just saying it because Randy Orton's from St. Louis. I understand. I'm very biased. But that match has been teased for freaking years. 2 years. Randy Orton was just staring at the championship like this. For years, bro. Now they finally gonna do something about that. It could set up Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Who would not want to see that? I'm going to WrestleMania. And, you know, everybody's talking about Roman and Punk, which is a big main event match. But Randy versus Cody? No, that's hit. That a hit. So that can set up, with Randy Orton winning the Elimination Chamber, they didn't want Cody Rhodes to win because everybody was talking about how bad Cody Rhodes... everybody was talking about how they didn't want Cody Rhodes to win and how bad it would be and all this other stuff. But it planned it so good. It only makes sense to me, either the Fatal 4-Way or this. But this one makes more sense because it's talked about so much, and it's WrestleMania. Everybody talking about how WrestleMania is losing that oomph, right? So, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, main event, night 1. That's what I'm hoping for. Well, I wouldn't be mad at a Fatal 4-Way, but that'd be cool. All right, point number 5. This is a chance for Randy Orton to chase number 15. So, obviously, you know, John Cena's never seen 17, but Randy Orton has 14 championships. He's right behind there. You know what I mean? So this gives Randy Orton another chance to chase that number 15 championship is that he's been talking about forever. They've been teasing Randy Orton going for this championship for years now, and now they're finally giving him the opportunity to chase number 15. I don't know if he's gonna break, you know, John Cena's record, but I think that he could, you know, if he's winning championships. Randy Orton can still go, bro. Hey, man, I went to the Elimination Chamber. He can still go, bro. He's really, really good at it. What he do, and he's old too. Not super old, but he old, bro. He getting to it. But that sets up him chasing number 15, and he could win it at the biggest stage at WrestleMania. So him going for number 15 is what we need to see. Let's get on to number 6. Reason number 6. WrestleMania is not selling tickets, and they need to have star power. Randy Orton is somebody that everybody wants to see, everybody loves, you know what I mean? And they have multiple options to be able to set up something big. Nobody was going to buy a night 1 ticket, which people was, don't get me wrong, but nobody wanted to see just Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes. That's stale. We had that all last year. Nobody wanted that. So this was Triple H being able to shake it up for us and be able to throw us a surprise, which was a really good surprise, you know what I mean? And throw us a curveball to have Randy Orton win the chamber. And now Randy Orton's going to main event WrestleMania. This is going to help sell tickets, in my opinion. Like, obviously, tickets are overpriced as hell. So, I mean, people ain't buying them. But this is going to be able to help it just a little bit. Be able to have Randy Orton in there instead of Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, because like I said, nobody wanted to see that. And now you have the opportunity to do the Fatal 4-Way. Now you have the opportunity to do a triple threat. You have the opportunity to do Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. I don't think Drew McIntyre is gonna have, if it's like a one-on-one, I don't think Drew McIntyre has the belt. I don't think that's gonna happen. But yes, this was to help boost the ticket sales, be able to listen to the fans in a way. WWE did right by that. Let's get on to number 7. I'm going to throw that one in there. I think Randy Orton was a safe pick, too, in my eyes at least. That was a safe pick for Triple H to be able to help WrestleMania not only sell, but to win the chamber, because it would have been so much backlash if Cody Rhodes won. Whew. Number 7, last but not least, Randy Orton is going to be the person that is revealed as the mystery attacker on Jacob Fatu. See, people don't understand this. This makes a lot of sense. a lot of sense. He could have been Jey Uso's attacker, but I think he was more so Jacob Fatu attacker, and this is more so to set up the Fatal 4-Way match. I feel like they're gonna reveal that, and that's going to be able to set up the Fatal 4-Way if Randy Orton is the attacker. I think we're more likely to get a Fatal 4-Way match at WrestleMania, in my opinion, but I want, you know, Cody versus Randy. But Randy Orton could be revealed as the mystery attacker, and then that's where you could get the babyface Cody and you get the heel Randy. I feel like that makes a lot of sense if they're gonna go down that route, because you can't have two baby faces, you know. Like right now we got Punk versus Roman, and let's be real, like that's just two baby faces. I think Roman Reigns is somewhere in the middle, you know, but he's still a babyface, you know. We acknowledge him, all that good stuff. But Randy Orton, this could be him going back to his heel stage, and that's the Randy Orton that don't give a fuck. Let's be real, you know. Randy Orton don't care. And then we get Ball Randy back. Woo! But yeah, I think if this happens, this sets up the Fatal 4-Way. If Randy Orton gets, you know, if Randy Orton comes out to be the mystery attacker on Jacob Fatu or Jey Uso. But that's for a whole another video, Jey Uso attacker. But anyways, y'all, that is the 7 reasons why Randy Orton won the WWE Elimination Chamber. But anyways, y'all, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I want your engagement. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm right. Let me know if I was totally off. And let me know I was totally on point. You let me know down in the comments. Y'all can decide that. But like I always say, I ain't gonna say nothing more, nothing less. For another Dell Effect wrestling video, hit that comments, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And until next time, I'm gone. Peace.
Gotta be like,